Hello, Selen Ibrahim. How are you today?
Bad.
Alekbar, are you there? Maybe he left. Ibrahim, where are you? Are you at home? What is that? Ibrahim, show us your face. Okay. Selin, are you alone there?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just keep your microphone on then. You don't have to mute your microphone. Why do you mute it? Yeah, sometimes if you need to, you can do that. But if possible, keep your video on or right camera on. And sometimes if you are too tired at that time, you can turn it off and have some rest. Otherwise, when you're tired, you just feel free. Mr. Custom, we are tired, we can have break for 3-5 minutes. After that, we can continue, right? You're not in a school now, you're at home. Anytime you need break, you can take it, okay? Ibrahim, is that clear? You see, every time I ask you a question, I need to wait for a few seconds to get your answer. That's why, I don't know, if possible, keep your microphone on and camera on. This is my suggestion, okay? But of course, I can't force you to do anything. Guys, good to see you again. Before we start, let me just remind you one more time. As you see, you're going to have a monthly test or exam on Saturday. Okay, I will send you a Saturday morning and you have to receive this before Saturday midnight. You have to do it and send it back to me. How you do this, if you have any iPad or Samsung tablet or any drawing tool, you can open this with Microsoft Edge and do it and save it and send it to me. Or you can just print it out if you have a printer and do it in the paper and scan it with camera scanner and send it to me. Or the third version is the first one doesn't work, the second one doesn't work, then the third one is you can just solve the questions in the right order, okay, in ascending order, in a A4 size paper, and after that take the picture and send it to me. And how many questions? There will be around 9-10 standard questions, 5-6 non-standard questions. Yes, Selin.
Can I do in Doc Hub?
Can I do what?
In Doc Hub, like this is a program in Google. You need just to add text and
Selin,
there's more easier.
yeah, if you can add text, but if it doesn't take much time, you can do this. But usually typing a text, it takes a time because if you do this with hand, it is much faster. But if you think it's okay with you, you can do that. Okay. Because the best way here is if you have on a screen, as I told you, just open it with Microsoft Edge. And if you have drawing tablets, and you should do this with drawing tablets.
I don't have Microsoft Edge.
Okay, it's up to you how you do this. Let's do it, okay? The most important thing is you have to do the questions and send it to me before Saturday midnight. Alekbar, did you understand?
Yeah.
Very good. Guys, let's continue then. Let's start our class. Who is texting here? He is in space. Can I do in Doge up? Doge up? Doge hub.
Doc Hub.
Doge hub. Okay. It's up to you. All right, guys, last time we did these examples. Let's do a few more questions. And after that, I will finish this question. When I ask you, I really want you to do these questions here, but sometimes, and it's taking a bit much time. That's why I want you to listen carefully as much as you can. Okay. When you get bored, you can ask a question. You try to involve yourself into the class. Okay. And that's not much. We are meeting only 2 hours a week. And also, if you have any question, it doesn't have to be about this class. It can be about your school math, okay? Any question maybe you are trying, but you couldn't understand, you can bring this here. We can have a discussion about this, okay? Now I will teach you maybe like 25 minutes, and after that we will have 5-minute break. After that, if you have any questions, I may receive your question and discuss. If you don't have any questions, we will continue studying. So let's continue. Three families, A, B, and C, share 480 kg of rice. I think it's clear, right? You're talking about three people. Maybe they order from a shop. Now they have to share this. B gets twice as much as A, and C gets half as much as B. How much does each family get? And this kind of questions, again, just tabulate the data. All right, what is given here? We are talking about three people. Let's say that is A, and this one is B, and this one is C. I like to use purple. So that's my table. Okay. And we are talking about these three people. In the first question, it says that B gets twice as much as A. Now, immediately the question comes, okay, B gets twice as much as A, then how much did A get? I don't know, right? Because I can't answer this question. It's not given. So assume that A actually got X kg. Then B gets twice as much as A. So the B share must be 2X kg, kilos, right? Kilograms. And it says that C gets half as much as B. So Selen, can you tell me if C gets half as much as B, how much should we write for C? Can you express his share in X?
I think 1x
It says that C gets
or
half
2x divided by 2.
as much as B, right? That is 1 over 2 times 2x as much as B, which is equal to X. So now altogether, actually they shared 480 kg of rice, right? So that means that A's share, that is X, plus B's share, that is 2X, plus C's share, that is X, is equal to $480. As you see here, if you understand the question, it's very easy. But if you don't understand the question, especially the keyword, you cannot solve this. That is math, right? Even if you just make one mistake, instead of plus, you just write minus, everything will be wrong. And that's why every step we should be careful. Here, okay, if you just simplify this, that's equal to 4x, which is equal to 480. If you divide both sides by 4, so x equals 120. And what is the question? How much does each family get? If you know the value of X, now we can answer this question. A received how much? 120 kg. How about B? B received 240 kg. And how about C? 120 kg. Actually, these people, these families received this many kilos of rice in order. Okay? Al Akbar, is it clear?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Selin, can you read the next question? Ibrahim will read question 6.
Okay. The shopkeeper bought some eggs at 15 cents each. 6 of them were broken while the rest were sold at 27 cents each. If he made a profit of $4.80, find how many eggs he bought.
Okay.
Um,
So this is a problem a little bit, actually not a little bit, related to business, right? So usually when we actually doing business, we have a profit. How do we make profit? Usually if you are making profit, our profit equals selling price minus cost price, right? The difference between selling price and cost price, that is our profit. But in mathematical, I can just write this in a more short form. Profit equals selling price minus cost price. For example, Ibrahim goes to the bookstore, for example. He likes one book, let's say Harry Potter, and he just buys the Harry Potter for $25, right? And he just comes back home, and in a couple of weeks, he just finishes reading this book. Now he already finished this book. Now you don't read one book again and again, right? Maybe you can read one time, two times, three times. After that, you don't want to read it again. So now you can keep this book, or you may sell this book to another person, right? So actually, for how much did you buy? $25. That is the cost price of the book. The cost price, you paid $25. And after a few weeks, you meet Alakbar at school. Alakbar sees your book. Oh, Ibrahim, can you sell your book to me? And Ibrahim says that this is a second hand. Okay, I can sell this book to you. All right, I can sell this book to you only for $15, right? And here, Ibrahim is making some profit. His profit is equal to $25 because he spent $25, right? No. Actually, here he's making loss. Let's just give another example. Not book. What is it? You can buy, okay, Harry Potter, and you buy this for $25, and you just are selling this for $35 because Alakbar doesn't want to go to the bookstore and waste his time. So here selling price is $35, and you bought this book for $25, and that is $10 is your profit, right? And I mean, that's very simple formula. Maybe in the future we will talk about this more, but here that problem is about business. So now let's get back to our problem. Here it says that a shopkeeper bought some eggs. As you see here, some eggs. How many eggs? We don't know. And 15 cents each, right? Assume that he bought, or the shopkeeper bought n eggs, right? And he's spending some money to get these eggs. So here, what is the cost price of these eggs? You bought n, right? And each one is 15 cents. How much did you pay? So that is 15 times n in cents. That is the money you spent to get these eggs. And 6 of them were broken, while the rest were sold at 20 cents each. So now you are selling them, right? And each one is how much? You are selling each one for 20 cents. 20 cents. And now how many eggs do we have? Originally, we had n eggs, right? To some reason, 6 of them were broken, but now you have n minus 6 eggs, right? And it says that if he made a profit of 4.80, immediately here, $4.80 is equal to 480 cents, right? Because we are writing everything in cents. So our profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. What is our profit from this sale? It is 480 cents. What is the selling price? Selling price is 20 times n minus 6. Minus, how about cost price? How much did you spend? For this x, you spent 15 n. That is the most important step. This is how we converted the word problem into algebraic equation. Alakbar, did you understand? I mean, is it
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Let's continue now. So now next stage is we have to solve this problem. How do you solve this problem? We have to simplify the right hand sides, right? Right hand side 480 equals, expand this to 20 times n, that is 20 n minus 20 times 6, 120 minus 15 n, right? 20n minus 15n, that is 5n. Take minus 120 to the left hand side, 480 plus 120, that is equal to 600. Now what is n? N equals 600 is divided by 5, which is equal to 120, right? What is the question? Find how many eggs he bought. So the answer is, let me just write dot, dot, dot. He bought how many? 120 eggs. Ibrahim, is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Selin, if you have no question about this, I'm moving to the next question. Okay. Ibrahim, your turn. Read the problem.
Worked part-time at a fast food restaurant during the school holidays, and he was paid the normal hourly rate of 2.80 dollar per hour. Overtime rate is 1.5 times the normal rate. He received
Received.
100 this year. What?
He received $173.60.
For 54 hours of work. How many hours did he work overtime?
Did you understand, Ibrahim? What did you
Sorry,
understand?
so
What did you understand? Tell me. Do you understand this word? What do you mean by normal rates? I can just change this. Okay, what do you mean by this normal hourly rates and the overtime rates? What do they mean? What is the difference between these two terms?
can I say?
Like normal hourly is like
Yes, Helen. What is it?
So, for example, how he pays normally, and then overtime rate is over the time,
Yeah, it's
like
some case.
not the time he normally pays.
Yeah, very good. It's something like this. Like for example, Ibrahim, you are going to work in a
busy
coffee shop. Okay, Ibrahim. And a coffee shop says that, okay, Ibrahim, your normal hour is from 8 to 5 o'clock. Okay, so every morning you need to go to work at 8 o'clock, and after 5 o'clock you are free. But sometimes the shop may be very busy, right? So at the time they may need more help, or they may want you to work a bit more. But now this is additional hour, right? This is not your normal hour. So at the time, because now at 5 o'clock, usually you should go back home, but we call this overtime. So when people work overtime, usually companies pay more than normal rate, because if you want, you can stay. If you don't want, you don't have to stay, because you didn't sign this in the contract, right? In the contract, only you should work from 8 to 5 o'clock. So Simone worked part-time at the fast foods, maybe some kind of burger restaurant during the school holidays. He was paid the normal rate of 2.80 per hour, and overtime rate is 1.5 times the normal rate. So what is overtime rates? Immediately, let's just calculate overtime rate. What is overtime rate? It says 1.5 times. That is 1.5 times 1.5 times the normal rate. What is the normal rate? Normal rate is 2.80 per hour. So that is per hour, which is equal to, if you multiply this by 1.5, 1 times 2.80 is 2.80. Half of it is 1.4. That's equal to 4.20 per hour. So that means that if you work additionally for each hour, the company pays 4.20. Okay, so that is overtime rate. All right, now let's just read the last sentence. It says that he received $173.60 for 54 hours of work. How many hours did he work overtime? Okay, how many hours did he work overtime? Okay, good. So altogether, how many hours did he work? He worked 54 hours. All right, see here, that is normal hour and overtime hours. Selene, this question for you. How many normal hours did he work?
So he normally
No,
worked 50 hours
in this
of
question,
work.
how many hours, actually, what was the number of his normal hours? Do you know?
I think 173.60 divided by 54, so it will be 1 hour. How much he received? So normal hours is 54.
No, no,
hours.
no, no, no. Selin, here, what is 54? This 54 is
Overtime rate.
total number of hours he worked, right? And what
For
is total
overtime
number of
rate or normally.
hours? Yeah, total number of hours is equal to normal hours plus overtime hours, right?
Uh-huh.
So because we don't know actually what is the number of his normal hours. Actually, your normal hours, like, do you have to work 30 hours a week or 40 hours a week? We don't know. Okay, because it depends on the company. When you're signing a company, the company says, so, okay, selling in 1 week you have to work 35 hours. That is your normal hour. That means that if you work more than 35 hours, that will be overtime. So they have to pay some extra amount, but that rate will be higher than normal rates. That is what we're talking about here. So here, what I'm expecting from you, Selen, is we don't know this. And that's why, to denote this one,
It's
I am going to introduce a variable. That is, let's say his normal hours is N. Now the next question, Selen, how about his overtime now?
overtime. It will be X. We don't know.
Al Akbar, what do you think?
Um,
Just look at this equation. Look at this equation. Total number of hours, we know that is equal to 54. Now, normal hours here, I denoted by N. But how about overtime hours? I don't know. So from here, what is overtime hours?
I
It
have
is
a question.
54 minus N. So his overtime is, I mean, the number of overtime hours is 54 minus N. And for each hour, I mean, what's the normal rate? Normal rate is 2.80.
2.8.
And how about overtime rate? It is how much we got?
so
4.20.
4.20, right? And in a particular week, how much did you earn, or did he earn? 173.60. So that's,
50 is
and
2.80.
that is 2.80 times N plus 4.20 times 54 minus N, right? That is his total income, right? That is equal to how much? That's equal to 173.60. And after we form the equation, of course, after the decimal point, the last zeros, it can be ignored. So that is our equation. Now we have converted that word problem into algebraic equation. That is the most challenging task actually in solving problems, because understanding is the big task. Okay, after that, once you understand this, using a suitable variable, and after the forming your equation, that is another difficult task. Once we get the equation, the rest is easy. So guys, until here, if you have any questions, please, that's the step one. And step number two, we are going to solve this problem. So now here we have, I can just write in a more simpler way. I mean, 2.80, that's just 2.8 N plus, what is 4.2 times 54? 4.2 times 54, that's equal to 226. That is 226.80 minus 4.20 times N, that is 4.2 N. On the right hand side, we have 173.6. Now, if you simplify 2.8 minus 4.2, that's equal to minus 1.4. And take this constant to the right hand side. Here we have 173.6 minus 226.8. What is 173? 226.8 minus, it is 173.6. That's equal to 53 point, this one is N, right? Minus 1.4 equals N equals minus 53.2. Now from here, N equals minus 53.2 over minus 1.4. If you multiply numerator and denominator by negative 10, we will have here 532 over 14, right? And if you just divide by 14, 53 is divided by 14. What is it? It is 3. And 3 times 14, 42. Here we have 9, right? Is it 9? 532 is divided by, what is it? 14 is equal to 8, 38, right? Because it's 532 over 14. We can write it as 420 plus 80, 112 over 14. And 420 is divided by 14, that's equal to 30. And 112 is divided by 14, that's equal to 8, which is equal to 38. I mean, mental calculation. Anyway, here, if you divide this, we get 38. Using also long division, you can get the answer. What is the question here? How many hours did he work overtime, right? We didn't answer this question yet. So the overtime is 54 minus n, which is equal to 54 minus, what is n? 38, which is equal to 16. So dot, 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 overtime hours is equal to 16 hours. So he did 16 hours of additional work in that particular week. Ibrahim, did you understand? I mean, is it clear? Okay.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So if I ask similar question in the exam, can you solve it?
I think, yeah.
Guys, in the exam, you need to show all your work, okay? Not only answer. If you just write only answer, you may not get full score. So you have to show your work. Guys, Celine, you have any question?
No, I don't.
Very good. So now let's continue that. So what method do we have here? Let me have a look. Overtime equals time worked in addition to one's normal working hours. Yes. The number of additional hours, simply, right? It's the number of additional hours. Good. Alekbar, it's your turn. Can you read this problem?
Peter has 25 sweets and Leon has
Lillian.
uh,
Lillian
Lillian has 55
55 55
55
55.
55. How many sweets must Peter give Leland so that Leland will have 4 times as many sweets as Peter?
Okay, 4 times as many sweets as Peter. Okay, good. And also here we are improving our English at the same time. Peter has 25 sweets. So we are talking about 2 people here. What color we didn't use? I think black. All right, we are talking about 2 people, Peter and Lillian. In the question, it says that Peter has 25 sweets. Okay, originally, Peter has 25 sweets and Lillian has 55 sweets. In the question, it says that how many sweets must Peter give Lillian so that Lillian will have 4 times as many sweets as Peter? And suppose that how many sweets, I don't know. Let's say he must give M sweets. If he gives M sweets to Lillian, how many sweets will Peter have then? So he will have 25 minus M because he has already given away M sweets to Lillian. And Lillian is receiving some sweets from Peter. So now Lillian will have 55 plus M sweets. So that it says that Lillian will have 4 times as many sweets as Peter. That means that Lillian's sweets, 55 plus M, will be equal to 4 times the number of sweets that Peter has, right? That is 25 minus M. That is our equation, right? What we are doing here is we just read something, right? And translating into math language. That's what we are doing here. So now we have to solve this equation. So 55 plus m is equal to 4 times 25. That's equal to 100 minus 4 times m. That's equal to 4m. Take 4 and negative 4m to the left hand side. So here we have m plus 4m and 100. Take 55 to the right hand side. That is minus 55. M plus 4m, that is 5m. 100 minus 55, that's equal to 45. Now from here, what is m? M equals 9 because 5 times 9 equals, what is the question? How many sweets must Peter give Lillian? So actually Peter should give or must give n sweets to Lillian so that Lillian will have 4 times as many sweets as Peter. As you see here, if you just check the answer, is it correct or not? So if he gives away 9 sweets to Lillian, 25 minus 9, so he will have 16 sweets. And 55 plus 9, 64, right? And we know that 64 equals 4 times 16. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, all right, guys, let's solve one more question. And after that, we will, what does it have break? But this question is for you. Salim, can you read the problem?
With a fixed amount of money, M dollars, Mr. Panda can use it to pay the wages of a local worker for 40 days or to pay the wages of an unskilled foreign worker for 60 days. If he employs one local worker and one unskilled foreign worker for a renovation project, how many days will the M be enough to pay for these 2 workers?
Yeah, this is a little bit challenging question. That is not difficult, but you should understand the problem first, then we should solve this. Okay. Ibrahim, did you understand this question?
But why
Ibrahim,
Mr. Panda?
Yes.
did you understand the problem?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand this problem?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Alekbar,
Yeah.
guys, I will give you 5 minutes or maybe 4 minutes. You are going to solve this problem in a paper, and after that you just tell me the answers. Okay, then after 5 minutes we will discuss this together. Let me see, you can solve this problem or not. Read it again. Okay, and here we will talk about this problem after 5 minutes. All right.
Yes.
Oh, my daughter's birthday is 11th of July.
Oh, or like months.
Yeah, but actually not the same age. She was born in 2010.
Oh, I was 2008.
You were born in 2008.
Yes.
Oh, Alekbar, how about you? 2008 or 7?
What?
When were you born? Which year? 2007 or 8?
8.
2008. Ibrahim, you?
9.
2009. I see. Selin Alekbar, you are the same age with my son. He was also born in 2008, February. And today is my wife's birthday, so we have party for 3 times. Anyway.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. So she's so happy now. We just came back from outside. Ibrahim, did you get any answer? Okay, Ibrahim, you can keep doing. Also, watch us. Selin, just one question for you before I solve this question. Okay, assume that I can solve 10 questions in 1 hour. So what is my rate of solving problems? Let's say my rate is R. What is my rate
6.
here? My rate is 10 questions per hour, right? Or also I can just write it as, if you write this hour in minutes, 60 minutes, then divide by 6. So I can solve one question in 6 minutes. So that means that one question 6 minutes means, what is it? Okay, one question takes, anyway, let's just keep it like this, because I can just write also one question 6 minutes, but I just want to write it like this. This is how we measure the rate, right? Another question is, Selin, how about if you walk 100 meters, 100 meters in how many seconds? Let's say in 60 seconds, right? Then what is your rate then? Your rate will be, your rate, let's say this R, will be equal to 100 over 60 meters per second, right? And if you just simplify this, that's equal to 0 by 2, 5 over 3 meter per second. So every second you are walking this. This is how we measure the rate. Okay, now let's get back to the question here. So now it says that with a fixed amount of money, M dollars. So now you can just imagine that this M dollars can be $50, $100, $500, anything. But since we are talking about, I mean, in general, that's why we are using a variable. So actually this M dollars is enough for how many local people? For local people, 40 days, right? We are talking about local people, and that's enough for 40 days. So now if I want to find the rate for 1 day, okay, then how much are you paying for local for the year work for 1 day? So, since we are paying for 40 days, right, M dollars, so in 1 day that we are paying M over, actually that one is capital M. Let me just write
We
capital.
need to find one day.
Okay, M over $40 per day. Salam, what did you say?
I'm kind of confused. But I thought we need to find M.
Yes, we are going to find M.
How?
Okay. So now, did you understand that? That means that if you are paying M dollars for local people when they work for 40 days, that means that for 1 day, this one is their daily rate, M over $40, right? It's like, for example, let's say if you are paying $80 for their 40 days of work, that means that for each day we are paying $2, right? $2, $2. So when they work for $40, so that means that we will have paid $80. The second case is, what is it? Unskilled foreign worker. The foreign worker, let me just write here F. Okay, that the same amount of money, M dollars, would be enough for how many days? 60 days. 60 days. Then what is the rate of this foreign worker? That is equal to capital M over $60 per day. Paying this much, right? So now what is the question? The question is asking that if he employs one local worker and one unskilled foreign worker together for a renovation project, how many days will the M dollar be enough to pay for those two workers? So now I have M dollars, okay? So I'm going to use it for renovation. And let's say the question is, what is it? How many days? Let's say that how many days instead of how many days, it will be enough for n days. So here we have n days. Now these two people are working together, right? So I have to pay also to local worker whose rate is RL, and also we have to pay for foreign worker, his rate is RF. So from here we need to find M. The question is M. It says that how many days will the M dollars be enough to pay for those and for these two workers when they work together. So now here I don't have to write this dollar sign here. So here we have capital M equals N times what is RL is equal to M over 40. So that's equal to capital M over 40 plus RF, that's equal to M over 60. That is M over 60, right? So now M equals N times. What is the common factor here? Common factor is m. I can take this out. So here we have 1 over 40 plus 1 over 60. If you divide both sides by they are gone. So here we have 1 equals n times. If you simplify these two fractions, we now have to add this. The common denominator is 120. We should multiply the first numerator by 3, the second denominator by 2. So that means that 1 equals n times 3 plus 2 is 5. So that is 5 over 5 times 24, right? This 5 cancels each other. If you just solve this equation, n will be 24. As you see here, 24 is divided by 24. That's equal to 1. So that is the answer. That means that if you employ these two workers together, one local worker and one unskilled foreign worker, then that money, that M dollars, will be enough for 24 days. That means that you can complete your project, your innovation project, in just 24 workers. It is, what is it? One application of math in business again. Is it kind of business, or is it related to people's labor? Okay, Celine.
Yes.
Okay, that's how we solve this problem. Well, let's continue, but I suggest you to solve this problem one more time. Don't look at the solution, read the problem and try. Can you solve this? Do you understand the problem? Because we are going to solve similar question more and more, but this is a little bit challenging question. Usually, I don't know why, but most students have difficulty to understand these types of problems. That actually we call this, these are rate problem. We are going to solve more problem in chapter 10. Okay, guys, let's continue. We'll solve 2 more questions and I will finish the class. How many questions we have? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, we have a lot. Okay, no problem. Drawing pencils cost 8 cents each. So we are talking about 2 different pencils. Drawing pencils, we just draw with these pencils, right? 8 cents each. And colored pencils cost 11 cents each. So let me just write here DP, and that's equal to X, that's equal to 8 cents. And the colored pencils, that is CP, let's say it is Y, equals how much? 11 cents per piece. Okay. 2 dozen assorted pencils cost 2.16. And we know that what does dozen mean? Dozen mean 12, right? Dozen means 12. So 2 dozen means it is 24. So that means that 24 pencils cost how much? $2.16. The question is, how many colored pencils are there? With a similar question, among this 24, I don't know, that's mixed, right? How many of them are drawing pencils? How many of these pencils are colored pencils? I don't know. So what is the question here? How many colored pencils are there? So let's say the number of colored pencils is X. Then what will be the number of drawing pencils, Alekber?
Yeah.
What will be the number of drawing pencils?
X plus
24 minus X, right? Because altogether we are talking about these 24 pencils. Okay. And what is the price of drawing pencil? It is 8 cents. And colored pencils, it is 11 cents. And the total cost is 2.16. But of course, we have to write this also in cents. That's equal to 216 cents. Now from here, let's form our equation. 8 times 24 minus X plus 11X. That's equal to 216. You are buying this many drawing pencils. Each one is 8 cents. You're buying this many colored pencils, each one is 11 cents. And that one is the total cost, right? Now we have to solve this equation. 8 times 24, 8 times 20 is 160, 8 times 4 is 32, the year sum is 192. Minus 8 times X, that is 8X plus 11X. On the right-hand side, we have 219. Negative 8x plus 11x, that's equal to 3x. And 216 minus 192. And x equals, it is 8, 16, that's equal to 24 over 3, which is equal to 8. So dot, 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 what's the question? How many colored pencils are there? There are 8 colored pencils. Ibrahim?
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes. I'm here.
Oh, good, good. Okay. Alakbar, Selin, Ibrahim. This question is also for you. And not for you. Let's solve this together, okay? Maybe you'll try at home because we don't have much time. After this, I have another class. So I will have to finish. Guys, that's our last problem, okay? Ibrahim, read it quickly.
A man travels from A to B at 4 kilometers each hour, and from B to A at 6 kilometers hour. The total journey takes 45 minutes. Find the distance traveled.
Okay, it is a speed time problem. We know that the distance formula is equal to average speed times time, right? You're just going to use this formula. So it says that a man travels from A to B. What is the distance between A to B? We don't know. Okay, let's say it is a distance. D travels at 4 kilometers per hour. We know that distance equals speed times time. In this case, what is his speed? It is 4 kilometers. And how about time? I don't know. That is T hours. And it says that the same distance from B to A, he travels at 6 kilometers per hour. So his speed on his return journey is 6. Now, how about the time? And here it says that the total journey takes 45 minutes. And immediately here, 45 minutes. We have to convert this into hours. That is 45 over 60 hours, right? If you want to change, what is it, minutes into hours, we have to just divide by 60, which is equal to, if you simplify this, 3 over 4 hours. If the time taken from A to B is T hours, Selin, how long did it take to travel from B to A? What should I write here?
I think 4 by 6.
3 over 4 minus T, right?
Oh,
Because total time here is the total journey, right? Takes 45 minutes. 45 minutes is 3 over 4 hours. And we have already spent T hours of this time to travel from A to B. Now the remaining time, we are going to spend the remaining time to travel from B to A. And that's what remaining time is, 3 over 4 total time minus we have already used T hours to travel from A to B. So now from here, as you see here, left-hand side, it is D, and also right-hand side must be equal to each other. From here, for T is equal to 6 times 3 over 4 minus T. So we have to solve this equation. From here, 4T is equal to 6 times 3, or that 18. So here we have 18 over 4 minus 6T. Now take 60 to the left-hand side, 4T plus 60, and also simplify this 18 over 4. If you divide numerator and denominator by 2, here we have 9 over 2. 40 plus 60, that's equal to 10T. 10T equals 9 over 2. What is T? T equals, multiply both sides by 1 over 10. That's equal to 9 over 20. Alakbar, 9 over 20 hours, right, is how many minutes?
Um, uh, 29.
7.
Yeah.
27 minutes. What is the
Yeah.
question? Find the distance traveled. We didn't answer the question yet. So now we need to find the distance traveled. What is the distance traveled? Celine.
Already traveled, it's 27 minutes. But the distance is unknown.
Yeah, we have to find this, right? Distance traveled is from A to B and B to A, right? Because you're traveling from A to B, you just go there, and after that, you just come back home. So that means that if you go to school and come back home, how many meters did you travel? So that is, what is it? 2D. Total distance traveled is equal to D plus D, which is equal to 2 times D. What is D? It is 14. That's equal to 40. 2 times 4, it is 8. And what is T? We have already found here. That's equal to 27 minutes, right? So that's equal to, no. I need to write this in hours, not minutes, because our speed is here. It is in kilometers, right? So I have to write here 2D, 2 times D. D equals 2 times 4T. What is T? T is this, because our speed is given in kilometers per hour, right? Not kilometers per minute. So that's equal to 8 times T. T equals 9/20. So later I can simplify this. If you just simplify by 4, here we have 2 times 9 by 4, here we have 5, which is equal to 18/5 kilometers. Or if you just change this into meters, 18/5 times 1,000 meters. Well, that's equal to 1,200. 200 times 18, it is 3,600 meters. Okay. I
Yeah.
like what Celine. Thank you very much for your patience, for your attention, for your time. Okay, keep doing your assignment. Try to finish chapter. What chapter is it? Chapter 7, I think. I will send your exam paper on Saturday morning. Okay. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye. Now I have to start my next
Okay.
class. Okay. If you have any questions anytime, you can just send it to me through WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you, Celine.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.